Hi, everybody. How are you doing? Welcome back to Keep It Dirty. It's really a podcast based on living life functionally and sustainably and having guests on really expressing from their heart their why behind their experiences navigating through our ever changing environment. And I am your host, Leslie Dowling. I'm a functional nutrition and lifestyle practitioner, along with being a speaker to corporate and nonprofit. And today it is my honor to introduce to you a dear friend who is a fellow practitioner who went through school together through the functional health system is Sue Connor. Sue is an RN and medical exercise trainer, along with so many other passions she has in life. So, Sue, it is such an honor to have you today. How are you doing?
Good. I'm doing good. Thank you, Leslie. It's great to be here.
Yeah.
Honored to be here.
So I would love to hear more about Qigong. What kind of brought you there and how you went from being an RN to then a functional health practitioner to what you're doing today.
Yeah, it's a journey that I started in the medical profession as a nurse many years ago. Um, and I think that I always wanted to be a nurse um, since I can remember. And so I was a candy striper, like my friends and I at 14 were doing that. And, then I went and became an LPN through high school and then got my RN later. And, when I was doing that, I enjoyed it mostly, but
Yeah.
there were times, most of the time I would find myself, especially later on in the years, find myself kind of frustrated and thinking, why are people just having surgeries one after the other and taking all these prescription drugs? Like, isn't there a better way? you know? And, so I was always an exerciser. And I just became a personal trainer to start. And then I went into this medical exercise specialist training because of my medical background. I figured that, was perfect for that. And I do love that. Um, and, then I started doing like dabbling in nutrition and all that. And then, I did a few different certifications for nutrition. And then we did the functional nutrition and lifestyle practitioner. So that was a wonderful course, and it was great because I got to meet you and several other wonderful women and men.
Yeah.
And so I feel so that kind of led me, like, okay, now I'm not in that allopathic or traditional style medicine. I'm now into this functional, integrative, maybe, because you always say that there's a time and a place for
Yeah.
Western medicine, there is. And anyway, so then doing that, we were doing that for quite a while. And I was doing my training and helping people nutritionally for quite a number of years as my own practice, Pathway to Your Health. And then we did this positive intelligence, which is
Mm-hmm.
just a way to kind of build your mental fitness, is what they call it. And so it's great. It's the neural pathways, and you're really helping your mind. And I really learned a lot from it. I think that what it did for me, I never could sit and meditate, and it helped me to be able to, okay, I can do this, and so I started meditating, and then I all of a sudden I was watching on YouTube or whatever, and I saw Qigong. Whoa, what's this? And I'm like, I just love him. His Lee Holden is the guy that I follow the most, and it's Qigong is just a wonderful way of exercising, of its energy related. And I, like you just, it's so different than regular exercise. Although there's some strength training involved in there and some great movement patterns and stretching, but it's really about the energy and the healing and its connection to nature. Um, so it's really a fascinating exercise, and I'm now becoming a qigong instructor. So,
Oh,
I'm happy
congratulations.
doing that. And along with that came my love for Chinese medicine. That Eastern medicine.
Yeah.
So different. More. It's closer to the functional medicine than it is to Western medicine. So that that to me is the way to go. That because it's so, again, that energy. I mean, we're all, everything is energy, right?
Yeah.
We're energy. Every little thing is energy. So we're all here, a bunch of energy running around, and there's just so much to the self healing and the healing powers of that, that I'm, I can't get enough of it. It's like, oh my gosh, I want to keep doing this. So yeah.
Are there any where you lived? Have you ever had anybody that you went to that you've used Chinese medicine? Or I was just curious how
Yeah,
I've never
no,
done
I
that.
haven't gotten that far. I really would like to, so I may try that sometime, like locally look for some Chinese
Yeah.
medicine doctors and go that route. But right now I'm still kind of doing the little bit of the functional stuff and then, the allopathic, like,
Yeah. I
but
love how you're integrating everything. So maybe you could just for our viewers and listeners, how long has Qigong been around? Is it an offshoot of something else? And how many hours do you have to dedicate before you get your designations? I mean, what did you go through this website, or if for people that are interested in finding more about it?
yeah. So Qigong has been around for thousands and thousands of years.
Mm,
I mean, it is an over
yeah.
5,000 years. So whereas what our allopathic medicine, Western medicine has been around for like 200 years. Like, so
Hmm.
not even. Yes, it's been around that long. And the Tai Chi is a branch of Qigong.
Mm,
So people think Tai Chi, I think, is a little bit more popular,
yeah.
and or people know about it more.
No, but
It's
yeah.
more well known, at least in the States, not in other countries. I think Qigong is more. So I to get my certification, it's about 300 hours for the tier one,
No.
and then there's a tier two, and I think they're going to get going at a tier three eventually. But so it's 300 hours, and you just it's great though. I mean, it is a website, and Lee Holden is the person that's teaching it. It's recorded, but then he has monthly Q&As. They have a weekly teacher office hours every week, and then there's master classes with these different master teachers. That's twice a month. I mean, so it's really a lot. I mean, they do a lot, and you don't feel like you're alone. And it's a definite community. So it's just on leeholden.com, I believe.
Yeah.
Lee Holden Qigong, something like that. But yeah, you'll be able to find them and then you would just look at teacher training. But I mean, I would say somebody shouldn't just jump into teacher training. You
Right.
also want to make sure that that's what you enjoy. Like, everybody's different, right?
Now, is there Qigong like classes where you could be like doing the exercise? Is that where they're kind of like, my father used to go to the Orient for business, and he said there would be groups of these elderly people outside. I mean, it's usually, I don't know, that's why he said elderly. It's probably people my age now that
Yeah.
are out there,
Or
and
yeah.
they're kind of doing like
Oh
these
yeah.
really slow
Yes, it's
movements.
very slow movement. So that's either Tai Chi or Qigong. And I think there's other forms too besides that.
Okay.
So yeah, but if you're over in the Orient, that it's most likely is Qigong.
Hmm.
But there are Tai Chi masters over there too. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so it's yeah, it was probably that's exactly what it was.
Wow. So have you find any fellow Qigong people where you live, or have you been practicing the movements? Do you do that while you're
I
doing
do
the
it
class?
online.
Yeah.
I've been doing it online,
Okay.
and my goal is there's a yoga studio that's here that's more community based. So I guess most of the people that teach there are doing it on a volunteer basis. So I'm not sure if I really want to get out there and teach Qigong as to make money.
Yeah.
I think I just want to do it because I want to get it out there into as many people as I can to benefit from this. It's just so amazing.
Wow.
So I definitely, so I'm going to get out in this community a little more. I mean, it's Asheville, so there's people think, a little more openly here than
Yeah.
in some places.
Yeah, I know. It's just curious, not to stray off the subject, but is the city, the town, the proper, that main area, have they kind of bounced back, with everything that went on in Nashville with the hurricanes? Like, are things up and running and going again at this point?
Mostly, but a lot of people suffered. A lot of there was several like restaurants that have closed that
Mm,
they just couldn't make it. First COVID, then Helene.
sure.
So yeah, but a lot of it's coming back, and it's the community is really strong here, so
Good.
everybody helps one another, and
Yeah.
it's good. So
Yeah.
yeah, it is. I mean, like the River Arts District, if you're familiar with that, people are
Mhm.
that's still got a lot of.
Yeah.
There's still much to be restored, but a lot of it. I mean, they're getting there, and these
Yeah.
poor artists that lost everything, and
Hmm.
it was really awful.
Yeah. No, I hear you, but it's the fact that the community is pulling together. I think
Yeah,
it just makes people stronger when they go through things like
yeah.
this. Unfortunate, unbelievable. But yeah, I just thought I was just curious because I'm up north and you're in the Carolinas. So
Hmm.
wanted to
Hmm.
see how you guys are doing. And
Well,
the other thing is we did briefly discuss you're also involved with, environmental issues going on in our society with microplastics. Can you touch a little bit on that and what you've been doing or, getting involved in the community or
thank you for that. Yeah, I so the microplastics. It went to a. It was a little. I'll just call it a little meeting that one of the girls here had on microplastics. Well, actually, it was on one-time plastics. Is what it
oh,
was. That because in Asheville has a program where they're just trying to get plastic free. Anything one-time plastic, they're trying to get rid of, and which is a big process, of course.
sure. Yeah.
But so that was that. And then when I was there, I spoke to her and I just said, what else can I do? And she said, as talked about the microplastics and your health. So that's a separate committee. So I got on that committee, and really the things that I've learned about all the microplastics that are in our, which I know it's becoming a bigger subject, a bigger topic now. The nanoplastics, which are, even the smaller ones, are just
Right.
throughout our bodies, in every organ of our bodies, and
Yeah.
places that we don't even have to mention.
Hmm.
So it's really bad, and what it's doing to us is, it's just destroying our cells.
Yeah.
And so yeah, there's just so much. And like, so I what can you do about it is like, there's a lot of things you can do about it. So we are doing a lot of things here in Asheville, and at Helene we were going to have a big thing, well, out with one of the grocery stores here, I won't say the name,
Hmm.
that refuses to stop using plastic bags.
Wow.
And we
Okay.
were having a nice little, what you call it, getting out there. We weren't
Sure.
going to have like this nasty protest or anything. It was going to be very calm and
Yeah.
peaceful, but to just try to like say, hey, why are you not doing this? And so we
Hmm.
were going to clean up a part of the river where we knew there were a lot of plastic bags,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
then bring them. And we had a sign, but Helene hit, and that kind of stopped that.
That kind of
So
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
But just there's so many things you can do, and just so many ways to stop using plastic. Like people still using plastic bottles to drink their water.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
that's a simple thing, right?
Hmm.
Don't use Tupperware in the microwave, or any plastics in the microwave. I
Right.
mean, just so many ways that we can help our health and help the environment,
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
I know there's a lot
Yeah.
to educate the public and to really make them realize this is really happening. Somebody
In
was,
fact, July is,
yeah,
oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt,
yeah, July is,
is plastics free month.
oh, cool. I didn't
Yes.
know that.
And so here, Anna is going to, who's in charge of the big plastics one, is
Yeah.
for the month of July, we're going to be every day on Instagram and wherever else. We're going to have like, what can you do each day? It's just
Oh,
something different, or,
nice.
you know,
Yeah.
use plastic straws. That's one, like whatever. Like there's just all these different things talking
Hmm.
about that we can do. So
Right.
that's a big thing that's happening, and that's all over the country.
Right.
So
No, that's good to
hopefully,
know because I'll post on my Instagram things that I do.
yeah,
There's something, are you aware of this? And maybe the group that's spirit, it's really involved or instrumental in starting. I read up somewhere and I should have really pursued because now I can't remember where, that there's like plankton or something that's growing on these boats that are actually eating the plastics and clearing the ocean. So there's like some sort of new form of species. I've
I
never,
did hear something about that.
yeah. And I'm wondering if some way, somehow, if scientists, wouldn't that be nice if they're funded to figure out in human form, like supplements that we could take, because they say that, like you were saying, the nanoplastic, these are in our blood, like in our system forever. Like it's so hard
Yeah,
to rid ourselves
right.
of that. So maybe this plankton or something,
Yeah,
you know,
I have heard, just like when you're saying that, I can, it's in the back
yeah,
of my
I
mind
wish I,
somewhere that I heard something about it. So,
huh. Well,
yeah,
I want to hear, going forward more about your studies, getting people that are, a lot of the viewers and listeners are very eco-conscious and tries to live a clean lifestyle. But I want to hear more about the Qigong and, what you're learning about the Chinese medicine. And I mean, it's really fascinating because, like you said, it's been around for thousands of years and people are coming a full circle. And like you said, just integrating that East and Western
yeah,
medicine is, I think, the way to go.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think that it's described in a great way, an analogy
Hmm.
that in Western medicine, we think of our like a mechanic taking care of
Mm,
our bodies is like a mechanic. And in Chinese medicine, it's more like a gardener.
I love
So,
that.
yeah. And yeah, it's just a different way of approaching things. It's again that holistic approach,
Yeah.
like looking at the whole person,
Hmm.
not their symptoms,
Yeah.
not here you have a headache, take an aspirin. In fact, I was just doing this one, this guy, herbal, it was an herbal well webinar that he had, a 3-day thing, like,
Yeah.
and it was great. He's great. It's, I think, the evolutionary herbal.
Okay.
His name is and he's Paja something or other, but I can find out exactly and
Yeah.
let you know. But it was great, and in fact, he has got like a course going on.
Oh,
Like I
that's
don't have enough
cool.
going on, but yeah, but it's so there. But it's talking about all the herbs and using herbs and like even stones, like crystals,
Yeah.
like there's so much there. The acupuncture, like there's
Hmm.
just so much that, just healing yourself with these different forms rather than taking a pill,
Right.
having surgery, coming back to that again, like the original reason why I am here at this moment.
Sure.
What brought me here. And again, like we said, it's important. Like you have a car accident, you're not gonna like look for your Chinese doctor. I have a broken bone,
Yeah.
you're gonna go to the hospital.
Absolutely.
So for acute care, we're good. Like,
Right.
so, but
Yeah. No,
not the chronic stuff.
it's all about just trying to keep our cars in a Zen way. And
Yeah.
before we get to that acute stage,
Mhm.
like you said, if we break a bone or something like that, yes, then we need the MDs, we need, the
Mhm.
so, but if we could bypass that and live healthy and really take a look at some of these other countries and all the different modalities they use,
Mhm.
sound healing is another really fascinating.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many things out there to
Absolutely.
explore. So, but I know you have to get going, but we
Yeah.
definitely are going to have you back on. And also down the road, having your group from the people, the environmentally conscious people that are very passionate about, like you, really getting the word out about microplastics and how we can make changes to lead a healthier lifestyle. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
looking forward to having you
Yeah,
on
me too.
again. And is there anything else that you'd like to share with everybody before
Mm,
we head out? If they can reach out to you. And also, I want to get in my show notes, you'll have to send me or the two people, the herbal guy, the supplement, and also the Qigong, Lee Holden, that
mhm.
website.
Yeah,
I could
I'd
put
be
that,
happy
I
to.
could post that too. But is there anything else you'd like to share or how people can reach out to you if they have any questions?
Well, my website's Pathway to Your Health, so you can reach out that way. And really, I don't get on social media much, so
Yeah,
I mean, you can email me at susan@pathwaytoyourhealth.com, and I'd be happy to talk to anybody about the Qigong or positive intelligence too, because it really is a wonderful program and it helps a lot of people or anything else nursing
great.
wise, or how we can integrate the two Chinese and Western medicines, the
Yeah, that's
allopathic and
fantastic. You have a
functional.
you have a wealth of knowledge, and it seems like ever since I've known you, you're always taking all these interesting courses and
Yeah,
learning and absorbing. And so I think that's wonderful. And you're helping others. So,
try.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
with
what
that,
it's
I
about,
will,
being
yeah,
in service, right?
yeah, absolutely. You're always go, 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 right? You don't stop, which is good.
Well,
So,
we have to slow down.
and I bet you, ironically, you're probably really busy because I know you have to get going. But I wanted to thank you for your time. It's always such a pleasure to see you. And we are so passionate about a lot of things in life. And I think that's
Hmm.
why we are so connected. And for all the viewers and listeners out there, if you have any questions for me or for Sue, I will have that on the show notes. And again, thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Leslie. This has
I
been
really
great. It's
appreciate
always so
this.
good to see you.
And for everybody, just remember, try to ground with Mother Earth. Get
Yes.
out there, right? Get those shoes off now that the summer is here, almost here, and just get your feet planted in the dirt and remember to keep it dirty. All right, take
Okay.
care.